a partially valid, a half-truth, if you will, is being pushed.
I can't wait to find out all sorts of new and exciting things I didn't know about myself.
So you just hate Jews, bro?
Yeah, you're just an anti-Semite. Congratulations.
You're
Go
not
join.
What would you say?
Exactly.
Well, that's different. It's not different. It's the same thing.
Yeah, it's
that just we are the only society on Earth who has the obligation to self-destruct, to blame ourselves for every problem that has ever existed, and we just think of ourselves as the worst human beings who are responsible for every bad.
How many Muslims are trying to stop Boko Haram? How many Muslims were confronting ISIS? How many Muslims, the extremists always win. So the peaceful majority, which I know many, they're irrelevant.
Good morning, misfits. All right, let's go. It's my favorite day of the week. You know why it's my favorite day of the week? Because it's Fan Mail Friday. If anybody doesn't know what Fan Mail Friday is, we read my hate mail, and I love it. It's my favorite. They are my favorite people. I mean, I'm sorry, guys. I understand that you might be a little jealous because you're like, well, I don't hate you. I don't send you mean messages. But as I've said many times, I exist out of spite, right? I don't know why. It's not something I can control. It's just the way that my brain works, right? When people tell me that I should leave the internet, I'm like, I don't wanna, so I'm not gonna. And that's how this all happened, right? I was just creating content about tile, and I was, hanging out with my ex-girlfriend's kid, and she goes, you should get a TikTok. And I was like, what the hell is TikTok? And she goes, it's this app, and you should post your stuff on it because you're funny and you talk about politics. And I was like, okay. I don't know. Fast forward like a few months later, and the whole internet tried to cancel me. And I was like, okay, well, this is kind of fun. So anyway, let's do some shout outs real quick to start the day. Great Guy Gary, good morning. T. Hodges, good morning. Funmon T. Mitchell, Grey Wolf, Kathy Ratcliffe, Winky Winky Nod Nod. We got the regulars here. So if you've never seen the Daily Breakdown before, here's what we do. We go on the internet, we type in the word news, but we also have a theme of the day. Today's theme is Fan Mail Friday, and Eli put together this lovely thumbnail for us. Let's see. He's got my picture. It's so weird how he's got my pictures. Like the pictures behind me, he's got my it looks like I'm playing the piano. Oh, I'm Mr. Rogers. That's hilarious. I didn't even see it. I didn't even recognize it. I was like, what is this? We got the woke left and the woke right. So we got the Groiper and we got the blue-haired liberal. And I just love this. This is just Eli surprises me every week with these. That's great. That's amazing. Okay. But the other thing we do on the Daily Breakdown is we go over the news, all right? I type in the word news on the internet, and we break it down. And before we get to that, I think that I don't think that we can do this show without addressing the tweet of the century, okay? And we're going to go through it with our good friend, the man who's coming up next, Sean Farish. This is 3 minutes, 25 seconds long, but it's well worth it. If you guys did not see, Trump finally called out the woke right grifting podcaster class, and it was epic. It was just chef's kiss. And Sean, and I've said that Sean should be doing this on every Trump tweet. I think that anytime Sean reads a Trump tweet, he should be reading it in Trump's voice. I've watched his show, and every time he reads a Trump tweet in the Sean voice, I'm like, missed opportunity. But Sean decided to read the epic tweet, and we're going to listen to it in Trump's voice. Here we go.
I know why Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly, Candace Owens, and Alex Jones have all been fighting me for years, especially by the fact that they think it is wonderful for Iran, the #1 state sponsor of terror, to have a nuclear weapon. because they have one thing in common. Low IQs. They're stupid people. They know it, their families know it, and everyone else knows it too. Look at their past. Look at their record. They don't have what it takes, and they never did. They've all been thrown off of television, lost their shows, and aren't even invited on TV because nobody cares about them. They're nut jobs, troublemakers, and will say anything necessary for some free and cheap publicity. Now they think they get some clicks because they have third-rate podcasts, but nobody's talking about them. And their views are the opposite of MAGA, or I wouldn't have won the presidential election in a landslide. MAGA agrees with me and just gave CNN a 100% approval rating of Trump, not hand-flailing fools like Tucker Carlson, who couldn't even finish college. He was a broken man when he got fired from Fox, and he's never been the same. Perhaps he should see a good psychiatrist. Or Megyn Kelly, who nastily asked me the now famous only Rosie O'Donnell question. Or crazy Candace Owens, who accuses the highly respected First Lady of France of being a man when she is not, and will hopefully win lots of money in the ongoing lawsuit. Actually, to me, the First Lady of France is a far more beautiful woman than Candace. In fact, it's not even close. Or bankrupt Alex Jones, who says some of the dumbest things and lost his entire fortune, as he should have, for his horrendous attack on the families of the Sandy Hook shooting victims, ridiculously claiming it was a hoax. These so-called pundits are losers, and they always will be. Now, fake news CNN, the failing New York Times, and all of the other radical left news organizations are hailing them and giving them positive press for the first time in their lives. They're not MAGA. They're losers, just trying to latch on to MAGA. As president, I could get them on my side anytime I want to, but when they call, I don't return their calls because I'm too busy on world and country affairs. And after a few times, they go nasty, just like Marjorie Trader Brown. But I no longer care about that stuff. I only care about doing right for our country. MAGA is about winning and strength in not allowing Iran to have nuclear weapons. MAGA is about making America great again, and these people have no idea how to do that. But I do, because the United States is now the hottest country anywhere in the world. President Donald J. Trump, thank you for your attention to this matter.
Okay, that's great. Yeah, everybody in the chat doing my job for me. Make sure to like and share. Get this live stream out there. Just hit the thumbs up button and share it out on your social medias. You know, we got to grow the misfit army, the ungovernables, Rise Up crew. Everybody's show on this channel this is an all-day stream channel. Okay, so it's all counted into the live show. So this really is a team effort. We're not when people on this channel are telling you to share, they're not doing it for themselves. They're doing it because we're trying to create a counter to what Trump was just talking about, okay? There's a network of these grifting sensationalists who are doing this for themselves. They are putting their beliefs, their values, their morals in the back seat, their country, all of it over clicks for themselves, all right? That's the difference between what we do here and what they are doing. They are basically just, I think that we talked about this yesterday, the monologue yesterday, which, not to pat myself on the back too hard, thought it was really good, right? Where I was explaining to you what this quote psyop is, what is really going on, right? You have people that are aligning with Islamists, radicals who hate this country, who don't see the clear threat of totalitarianism that is trying to creep its way into the world through the New World Order, through China, through George Soros and Klaus Schwab, and you're going to eat bugs and like it. This push, they're not going to go down easy, right? This should have been called out a long time ago. This should have been pushed back on a long time ago. And now we're at the point where I think that Trump realizes that violence is the only way to stop it. But how do you do that, right? You take out the proxies. You have to have justified violence, right? I think it's more than justified to take out narco-terrorists who are poisoning the people of this country and killing them through overdose by flooding it in, And, these libertarians that everybody is just, being so cozy with lately. Do you guys understand that libertarians like Thomas Massey, they don't think that the narco-terrorists have anything to do with why somebody overdoses. No, they think it's your fault, right? Because as a free person, right, as somebody with freedom, as somebody with liberty, as somebody who made the choice to start doing drugs, you're responsible for your own overdose. Kind of some truth to that, right? But do you think that maybe when you're being tempted and flooded with easy access to things, that maybe there's something that we should do about making sure that we aren't able to easily access, fentanyl and stuff like that? So I think that it's more nuanced than that black and white position. But what I'm trying to say is, the people who are doing this, they either, and this is what I said yesterday, they either are being paid, they're either fully aware and nefarious, or they're the victims of the PSYOP, right? And they're just the target of, you're a useful idiot because you're a narcissistic, self-serving grifter, right? So as a narcissistic, self-serving grifter, somebody like Megyn Kelly, Alex Jones, Tucker Carlson, they'll just follow the trend. They'll go for audience capture. They'll take the PSYOP and run with it. Candace Owens, prime example, right? Narcissistic, self-serving grifter. What she says is for clicks. So again, it does not matter if these people know they are helping out the New World Order to, push communism, Islamism, totalitarianism, Marxism over the whole globe, which is a threat to America, it's a threat to the world. Or it doesn't matter if they know that, or if they're just really just ignorant, right? And they're doing it for themselves, and they're too stupid to realize that they are actually ushering in they're opening the gates for the enemy at the door. Doesn't matter. Same result. They need to be called out regardless. And that's the point. So Trump calling these people out, right, with this, this massive thing. Some people, wildly, are saying that Trump just attacked them. Trump just randomly attacked them. No. That was just like most of the times that Trump goes off. That was a counterpunch. That was a clapback, right? Let's see. Where's Harrison Smith, playing victim, like crying, like, okay, here. The entire reason Alex Jones was targeted was because he supported Donald Trump and was crucial in getting him elected in 2016. We got raked over the coals for our support, and this is how he repays us. So Harrison Smith, who works at InfoWars, hold on one second. Wonder if Zach sees all of this. FunMod, Zach has a nice ring to it. FunMod, I know FunMod has a crush on me. I'm sorry, FunMod, but I don't do online relationships. I'm sorry. It's my rule. It's my rule because I tried it once, didn't work out. But I appreciate you. I have a fan in the chat. I'm very flattered. Anyway, let's pull up this Harrison Smith. Let's pull up this Harrison Smith thing. You know, I debated. It's funny about this guy because I debated this guy. I met him in person. We went out for drinks after. He is a nice guy. Like, I don't know. He's fake because in real life we were hanging out. He's very normal. So he's saying all of this. He's saying all of this stuff. That it doesn't line up with who the person that I met. And he was saying it before, so it's not like he changed. The entire reason, here he is. The entire reason Alex Jones, here, let's just
go to Google, search Alex Jones, Sandy Hook, go to the news tab, go to custom date.
Okay, I don't care about, we'll just keep that playing in the background. What Harrison Smith, who works for Alex Jones, is saying is, the entire reason Alex was targeted with lawsuits, this is in response to Donald Trump, is because he supported Donald Trump. We got raked over the coals for our support. This is how he repays us. And I'm like, let me know when Alex takes a bullet for Trump, because Trump took a bullet for everybody. He took a bullet for all of us, right? Like, Trump was persecuted. He was, the lawfare, arrested, system was weaponized against him, and he did nothing wrong. Like, this really was a political persecution that he went through for all of us, every one of us, right? You, me, even the people that hate him. Trump did that for you. So Harrison's argument is, well, Alex was persecuted for Trump. Okay, well, maybe partially true. Okay, let's give him that. Maybe Alex Jones never would have been targeted that bad if he didn't support Trump. Maybe if he was a Democrat, they would have swept under the rug. They would have helped him. And I've said plenty of times, and I still stand by this, I think the judgment against Alex Jones was way too harsh. $1 billion, that's crazy. That's crazy stuff. That being said, Alex Jones did lie about Sandy Hook. He did go on his platform and promote lies about that event. The conspiracy theorist, the conspiracy culture that I've been warning you about forever, it's a dangerous culture because, there's not a criminality to it, but you can be civilly liable if you lie, if you cause damage by lying about things, right? Like Candace Owens lying about Charlie Kirk's death. I hope she is sued into oblivion for that. And I think they will use Alex Jones's legal precedent to do that. So Alex Jones did something wrong and he was persecuted. Let's say he was persecuted, right? Let's just give Harrison and Alex that. Trump didn't do anything wrong and he was persecuted. So why is Alex Jones allowed to go on and have Robert Barnes just this week? How do we 25th Amendment his ass? How do we get him out? Right. So Alex Jones goes on his show. He talks about invoking the 25th Amendment. Robert Barnes is like, they just need to knock him over the head and say that he's not the president anymore. Oh, so we're talking about a coup. You see, he's literally talking about a coup and the 25th Amendment to Trump. And Trump isn't allowed to respond to that. Trump isn't allowed to say something. How about Candace Owens? Candace Owens said that the Trump administration killed Charlie Kirk. Candace Owens is allowed to accuse the president of killing one of his best friends. How about Megyn Kelly? Megyn Kelly, for the past week or so, well, longer than that, but She just came out this week and she was like, I wish Trump would just, I'm effing tired of it. Why can't he just be normal? Trump isn't allowed to come back and be like, hey, asshole, I gave you a second chance after I already ended your career the first time when you tried coming after me. I forgave you, brought you back into the MAGA movement, and now strike two. Okay. How about Tucker Carlson? Right. So we're just going through them one by one, guys. Tucker Carlson has spent, I don't know, the past year or so undermining the Trump's administration's foreign policy by, creating this division in the, well, let's not even call it creating the division. He's actually creating a unity, right? Trump is trying to unite people with Islamists, the people that chant death to America. And there's allegedly an investigation into Tucker Carlson for allegedly communicating with the IRGC, which is a designated terrorist organization. Trump isn't allowed to call him out after Tucker's little, chastisation of Donald Trump this week, where he goes, how dare you? How dare you? How dare you criticize Islam? How dare you swear on Easter? I'm a Christian. You're insulting me. I'm a Christian. You can mock Islam. All right. Muhammad's a pedophile. Islam is not a religion. It's a convert or kill death cult political ideology, and it is incompatible with any normal civilization. I say Western civilization. It's just incompatible with civilization. So, to the people that are, pearl clutching over Trump's tweet, after spending a bit of time attacking him, what was your response to him clapping back at the left when he did the same thing? Because I think that all of them would be like, you know what? Trump's right. Trump's right. These people attack him relentlessly. They attack him nonstop, and Trump is just clapping back. Trump is just responding. Now, all of a sudden, they're acting just like the left. Trump attacked me. Get your fake, phony outrage out of here. This is, you poked the bear effed you up. So, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it like this whole oh, Trump is turning on his base. Trump is attacking his base. No. Opportunistic douchebags who, by the way, I don't even know if they ever really supported Trump. I'm starting to think that there is a certain type of human being in politics who just supports who they think is going to win, right? And I think that that's who these people are. I think, and I'm not talking about fair weather fans. I'm talking about people who ride the wave of politics, and they lick their finger, they test the winds, and they go, it's going this way. I'm gonna support that. Because Trump has been arguably where the wind has been blowing for over a decade. And what's changed in this administration? What is going to happen in 2028? What is going to happen in 2028? Trump is done. He's not going to run again, okay, guys? No matter how many times you think he's joking about it or trolling, he's not going to run again. So you have a bunch of people who are like, where's the wind blowing? They don't know where it's blowing. They don't know if it's J.D. Vance, Marco Rubio, Democrats. They don't know how this is going to go. but they're looking for a home because they were never MAGA, right? They were never Trump supporters. They were the political party. They were power. They were who's in power supporters. They were who's in power, who has influence, who can I latch onto. They're like barnacles on the side of a boat. That's why you're seeing these people turn on Trump. Again, it's also, like I'm pretty confident, part of a very well and carefully designed psyop to divide the base, and that's coming from foreign bots, foreign influence. Maybe they're paying them directly, maybe not, I think. But either way, that's all the minutia of it, right? The real driving factor of these people is they were never for Trump, against Trump. They were for the party of power, and they are for themselves because power is influence, right? They're like they hit the NOS too early. You remember that? You remember that scene from Fast and Furious where like Paul Walker hits the NOS and it's like, and then Vin Diesel's like, "Too soon, Junior." It's like these people went mask off like a year in. It's a 4-year term. They are screwed for the next 4 years, the next 3 years, because like what's going to happen when Trump does well for the next 3 years and these idiots, they hit the NOS too early and he's just blowing them out of the water, right? They're going to have to wait for Trump to be out. That's why Marjorie Taylor Greene is now talking about, that's why they're all talking about the 25th Amendment. They're like, crap, we screwed up. They're like, we screwed up. We got to get him out somehow. We got to get him out now with the 25th Amendment, because we're going to spend the next 3 years getting owned. That's just my take. Anyway, let's do the daily breakdown mid-show instead of at the beginning. I think I wanted to get that out of the way because it's just important to keep you guys informed about what's actually happening. Sometimes people can't see it, and I can, and that's not bragging. I mean, I know I'm not very humble, but it's not bragging. It's just I see it because I just have this ability to cancel out all of the noise, and the noise is very distracting. But if you just zoom out and you really just put the pieces together, that's what's happening. Anyway, I thought this was weird yesterday. If you guys didn't see, this is from the BBC. Melania Trump denies ties to Epstein and urges hearing for survivors. When I first saw this, like when it was literally on TV, I was like, what is this? Like, because I was watching it live. I go, what is she doing? What is she doing? This is weird, right? She came out and she held a press conference basically saying, all the lies about Jeffrey Epstein and me are not true. And I was like, this is unnecessary. Everybody knows that. The only people that believe that are crazy people, like Candace Owens and Alice Jones. They're like, why are you addressing them? Why are you giving them attention? And I very quickly figured out what they were doing, right? And I was like, oh, that's actually genius, right? Melania Trump urges a hearing for survivors. Okay? Stay with me here. We'll get to it. But let's read this real quick. First Lady Melania Trump has denied connections to Jeffrey Epstein, telling reporters at the White House that any claims linking the two need to end today. In a surprise moment, she called for congressional hearings of survivors of Epstein's sex trafficking. Okay. She also denied online rumors that Epstein introduced her to Donald Trump. It's unclear what prompted the announcement. This is actually it's genius. Wait for it. I'm gonna reveal it, but wait for it. There was no prior indication from her office that she would make a statement on Epstein. White House did not share the topic earlier when her remarks were put on its daily schedule. Melania Trump said that she had not been a victim of Epstein, never had any knowledge of his abuse. She referred to a 2002 email between her and Maxwell. Called it nothing more than casual correspondence and polite reply, etc., etc., etc. Right? Okay. Let's take a look at Thomas Massie. I think he did it from this account. Yeah, here we go. The First Lady asks Congress to bring Epstein survivors in for testimony. With all due respect, that's Todd Blanche's job. Ro Khanna and I already gave survivors a chance to tell their horrific stories on Capitol Hill, but not in front of Congress. Remember, Thomas Massie, Ro Khanna, and MTG, they held a press conference where in the background, there were signs that were like pedophile Trump, right? And they had these, quote, survivors behind them. Let's see if we can find that, right? So let's see if we can do Massie survivors. Whoa, hit the caps lock by accident. Massie MTG survivors. This is this. If I'm right about this, this is absolute genius. Oh, MTG. What is wrong with me today? I don't even have my coffee. I forgot to. I ran out of time. Here we go. Right. So this. Remember this press conference here? Do you know who this girl in the glasses is? Haley Robinson. Haley Robinson is. She told police she took 6 girls to visit Epstein. She was a recruiter of Epstein. She's not a survivor, right? This press conference that MTG, Thomas Massie, and Ro Khanna did, right? If you look in the background, right here, it says Trump is in the files. Trump pedophile, justice for survivors. I'm trying to find the picture where it says pedophile Trump. Doesn't matter, but you guys get my point, right? It was basically an anti-Trump rally that they put on using these, quote, survivors, many of whom were never really victims of Jeffrey Epstein. They were in their 20s and they helped him recruit actual victims for Jeffrey Epstein. Survivors, Melania. And I think that the survivors also made a statement. Here we go. Statement by survivors in response to Melania Trump. Survivors of Jeffrey Epstein have already shown an extraordinary amount of courage by coming forward, filing reports, and giving testimony. Asking more of them now. Think, guys. Asking more of them now is a deflection of responsibility, not justice. First Lady Melania Trump is now shifting the burden onto survivors under politicized conditions that protect those in power. The Department of Justice, law enforcement, prosecutors, and the Trump administration, which has still not fully complied with the Epstein Files Transparency Act, also diverts attention away from Pam Bondi, who must answer for the withheld files and exposure. Look, if you haven't already figured it out, right? Melania Trump just called their bluff, right? Melania Trump just said, we fired Pam Bondi. We released all the Epstein files we had, and you're still coming after me. So here's what you should do, okay? Get those survivors to Capitol Hill, and under oath this time, tell them to tell their story. Do that, because we're done. And this is how the survivors responded. Any normal person who reads this story, who sees what this is, right, is going to go, wait, why aren't the survivors taking her up on it? That looked very reasonable from Melania Trump. She goes, I want the survivors to come, and I want Congress to bring them in and under oath get their statements, because if they lie under oath, they could be, guilty of lying to Congress, contempt of Congress. Why wouldn't the survivors take her up on this? Why wouldn't they jump at this chance? Why are they saying, no? The only thing we want, so let me get this straight. Massey, Ro Khanna, MTG, all these people, they parade these women out there like props. Many of whom were, like I said, in their 20s and helped recruited for Epstein, and they took plea deals. Many of them who say that they are victims and they want to tell their story and they're going to release their own list and this and that, which they never did. They don't want to accept her invitation. Like and Congress, the people who are pushing the Epstein files, which Trump has said the hoax is that they're weaponizing it and they're using it for politics. This kind of tracks, right? They don't want to bring the survivors in under oath. This is the only thing they want. The only thing they want is release the Epstein files and Todd Blanche or Pam Bondi or somebody. They want arrest people. And okay, well, we look through the files and there's nobody that we can arrest because there's no evidence. You know, it would be really good evidence? Some under oath testimony from survivors. Now, survivors came in and named their, quote, abusers after they got paid settlements. They'd have to give that money back. So this whole press conference with Melania Trump, at first I go, why are you bringing attention to this? And then right after that, I went, oh shit, I get it. And that's what she did. This administration, this power couple, right? They are 10 steps ahead of you, right? Like they really are, right? Even Melania Trump, when she was like, what did Michelle Obama ever do? She gave some fat kids carrots in school lunches, and that's about it, right? Melania Trump fought the opioid epidemic in the first term. She's trying to stop the war in Ukraine by talking to Putin in the second term, and she's standing with Trump and tag teaming this ridiculous, weaponized, dead pedophile story that nobody really cares about. I'm sorry, guys, they don't. Right? They don't. Walk down the street and ask 100 people how many of them give a crap about the Epstein files. 5 might say yes. It's just, it's really... Hold on, one more time. One more time. Let's get to Thomas Massie again. Thomas Massie, one more time. First Lady asks Congress to bring Epstein survivors in for testimony. With all due respect, that's Todd Blanche's job. The DOJ already brought them in for testimony. So Todd Blanche already did his job. There's plenty of testimony from the survivors that was released in the Epstein files. Ro Khanna and I already gave the brave survivors a chance to tell their horrific stories on Capitol Hill. Yeah, in a press, where you just, in that press conference, they just said, I'm a victim and we're going to release our own list, and they never did. So I'm just curious. I'm curious why Thomas Massie, who has been the champion of the Epstein files, is now pulling back and saying, we don't want the survivors to come to Capitol Hill and give testimony because we already did. Bring him again. Let's say you're right. Let's say you already did this. Do it again. Bro, keep this in the news cycle. Let's go. Bring him in. Why is he saying that now? He knows. They know. Trump was right. It's a hoax. It's all just weaponized. Every single Democrat voted for the Epstein files because they knew there was nothing in it. They knew that the survivors were actually not survivors. A lot of them. Some of them might be. Survivors weren't survivors. A lot of them were co-conspirators. They were recruiters. They were just like Ghislaine Maxwell. And Melania just said, she called their bluff. She said, bring them on. Let's do this. We don't want to bury this. We want this front and center. Let's do more Epstein files. You guys love the Epstein files? Let's beat this dead horse again. That was 5D chess. All right, let's do one more story before we jump into our favorite day of the week, Fan Mail Friday. Trump criticizes NATO alliance. We've already seen that, really. Artemis 2 return to Orth. Okay, let's do this one because I think we're gonna have a paywall for a couple others. Trump criticizes NATO as alliance chief describes meeting as very frank. All right. In a post shared to Truth Social, Trump said NATO wasn't even there when we needed them, and they won't be there if we need them again. Let's. I have something for this. So, if you guys don't know what NATO is, the NATO alliance, it's supposed to be where if a member of NATO is attacked, right? Then all other members of that alliance will join that country and fight whoever attacked them. Does that make sense? That's the gist of what the purpose of NATO is. Okay, so here you have Jacob Dalsager, right? And he said when press secretary came out and said NATO turned their backs on Americans, his response was NATO is a defensive alliance. You attacked someone. So NATO allies shouldn't have to come in and help because we attacked Iran. Iran didn't attack us. Good point, right? Very good point. It just doesn't explain why NATO attacked Libya in 2011 to take down the Gaddafi regime, right? Because Gaddafi was killing his own protesters because there was a civil war uprising in 2011. And NATO went and bombed the shit out of them. They did overthrow Gaddafi. That was NATO. Gaddafi didn't attack a NATO ally, right? He was just attacking his own people. All right, so doesn't seem like a defensive alliance. Seems like aggressive. But I mean, look at the commonalities, right? In January, we saw like 36 to 40,000 Iranians uprise against the Iranian regime, and they were slaughtered in the streets, and NATO didn't do anything about it. But Trump did. Trump, and you can take away the nuclear weapons, take away the chance of death to America, take all that out of there. All right. Trump did what NATO did in 2011. If you just based it off of the IRGC slaughtering its own people, NATO should have been all about it. So what's the difference? Is NATO a political organization? Did they have some reason to attack Gaddafi but not to attack Iran? Well, yeah, most likely because it was the UN Council that approved the NATO mission for Gaddafi. But the UN, which had 12 of its members taking part in the October 7th massacre, might be a little bit more ideologically aligned with these terrorists than they were with those terrorists. Yeah, so don't give me that defensive alliance bullshit. It's all. Did Trump do it? Bad. Did we do it? Good. It's different, doesn't it? All right. Let's see. It's 8:47, which means it is time for Fan Mail Friday. Okay, we love Fan Mail Friday. Fan Mail Friday is our favorite day of the week. We got the scoreboard somewhere. Okay, let's see. I have it written down. I did it. Okay. April. Last week, the score was 3-2. Woke left. Where is the scoreboard? Here it is. There we go. Give me a sec, guys. We should have had this queued up, but we didn't. Okay, perfect. All right, here we go. If you have never seen Fan Mail Friday before, if you've never played this game, here's how the game works, okay? We are going to go through my hate mail. You can see that the first piece of hate mail is on the screen. Let's actually take that off the screen because I did this yesterday or last week, and I should have. There we go. It was distracting, and people were jumping in early. Okay. Let me explain the rules before we get to that. Okay. Here's how Fan Mail Friday works. Okay. We go through my hate mail. I picked 5 of my most recent hate mail messages, right? And I call it fan mail because my haters are my biggest fans. And we got their message and their profile picture, and you in the chat are going to guess whether or not they are woke left or woke right, and then I will reveal the clue to find out if we're right. Okay, does that make sense to everybody? Perfect. Okay, so I'm about to pull up my first hate mail of the week, and you are going to decide whether or not they are woke left or woke right based off of the message and the profile picture. All right, here's number 1. Why did I do that again? All right. The message is from Aurelius Huddle. You are such a why do you wear eyeliner? You lot of bad words. You blank sucking blank retard. Such a blank F word poof. That's just, I try. See, guys, I would normally read this in their entirety on my last show, but we got some, this is a family show now. All right. So here is the profile picture for Aurelius Huddle. Looks like Marcus Aurelius with the laser eyes. Let's see. Do you guys think that this is woke left, woke right, left, right, lefty, righty, whatever you want to say? Drop it in the chat. Okay, we got woke left, definitely left. He's got to be a lefty. Left retard. You know he lives in his parents' basement. Left tard. Very angry with that message. Right? Such a effing... woke right for sure. Left, ass banger, liberal, left, loony left. Neither. It's a bot. I always make sure they are not bots. I go to their profile and make sure that they have a reply, or they have a, or that they don't have 30,000 posts in 5 months. Okay, looks like the majority of people in the chat are thinking this is a lefty. Let's reveal the clue. Oh, Aurelius Huddle. Alex Jones, war crime alert. Trump is on Iran. A whole civilization will die tonight, never to be brought back again. So we have, I should have reset the scoreboard also, guys. My bad. The chat was wrong. We have 1 for the woke right to start this off. But now that you know the rules, let's see if we can catch up. All right, Fan Mail Friday. Here we go. Next up, Lighthouse Hoops. You clown. I found your address. 111 Probant, San Antonio. You don't need to find it. I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you. See what's behind me? I've doxed myself so many times. I don't care. I'm one of those people who just does not care, right? Like if there's no, I do not care who knows my address online, right? I would delete your browser history if you think you're gonna do something about it. All right, let's see here. We got a picture of a basketball player. I don't follow basketball, but Lighthouse Hoops, you clown. I found your address. What do we think, guys? What do we think? I say woke. No, I said woke right. They're talking about the last one. All right, in the chat, left or right? What do we think? Definitely left. Woke left. Left. God. Castle Doctrine. Castle Doctrine. Texas Penal Code 9.31. Sports, not very liberal. Woke right and libtard lefty all ride the short bus. Okay, left, woke left, mentally retarded, left, woke left. All right, looks like most people are saying left, but it's a coin toss. Left, just woke, left. Okay, looks like left is the prediction again. Let's find out. We need a reset button for the U.S. government. You voted for Trump, bozo. All right, you guys redeemed yourself. We have a score of 1-1, woke left versus woke right. Let's keep it moving because I think we're running out of time here. All right, next up, Chase. Living is cool. Crypto and Pokemon enthusiast. This might be an easy one. Hey, fat retard. And then he sent me a picture, sent me a Bad Bunny thing because I think that this was when Kid Rock did the halftime show. All right, let's see here. Profile picture is, yeah, I think we know which one this one is. I think we got this one. All right, what do we think, guys? Left, woke right? I don't know if that's from last one or this one. Because there is a delay, guys. There is a delay in this show, so there's usually a 5-10 second delay. Woke left, woke left. Woke left, left. Libertarian, maybe. Libertarians are just leftists in drag. Love Kid Rock. Woke left, lefty, right. Lefty, left, tard left, left easy. Okay, looks like everyone's saying left. Let's find the clue. Chase. Perfect example of Republican men not caring about kids after chanting protect kids. Trump 2024. Republicans support all abuse on children. And also, the United States has been compromised by Nazis, Elon Musk, and Donald Trump. I think that one's pretty clear. 2-1. Woke left takes the lead. All right, next up. Effing retard. J. Effing retard. That's it. Just effing retard. That's all. Not giving you much to work with. But here we go. I put an emoji over the profile picture because it looks like it might be a picture of their kid, and I'm not about to put pictures of kids on here. So that's the profile picture. Effing retard. Let's actually move that up so we can't even see the little one in case people want to try to zoom in. All right, effing retard. That's all we got. Picture of a kid. Okay, what are we thinking? What are we thinking? I know this one doesn't give you much to work with. Woke left. He was talking about his boyfriend. What? Retard is right. Woke right. Blue and right. Retard's right. Far right. Woke right. Woke left. Woke right. Ooh, this one's pretty even. Woke right. Looks like woke right is taking the lead. San Diego jersey. Woke right. Ooh, that might be a good clue. Left, right, retard, right, I think. Woke right. Okay, looks like woke right is taking the lead. Let's see the clue. Man, F Donald Trump and anyone who supported him or who support him. F Donald Trump. Damn, looks like the lefties took it this week. Ooh. Lefties took it this week, but let's get that final chat, and this one, I have a surprise for you guys. Pedo supporter, be ashamed, pedo supporter. Okay. Now, I put this emoji here because we're going to do something we have never done on Fan Mail Friday, and we are going to try to figure out together if this is a woke lefty or a woke righty, because I don't know. And here's what I mean. And this is the perfect just, representation of horseshoe theory. And it shows why there really is very little difference between these two ideologies, woke right, woke left. Okay. If it loads. Okay. Let's see here. Should be up here somewhere. Oh, come on. What's going on here? Why is this not working? Come on. Oh, because it's chat. Wait, where's the mail? Damn it. Damn it. What am I doing here? Oh, son of a gun. Son of a gun. Hold on. I know what I'll do. Oh, shoot. I got 2 minutes. 2 minutes. 2 minutes to figure this out. Hold on. Hold on. Why can I see it on my phone and I can't see it anywhere else? Damn it. All right. Luke Aliv Luca. Luke Aliv Luca. Okay. Luke Aliv Luca. Let's see if we can find him real quick. 1 minute. There it is. There it is. Okay. Repost. Here's what I mean. Reposting Thomas Massey, right? Reposting Ian Carroll, but reposting Gavin Newsom and reposting Brian Krasenstein. There it is. We don't have time to figure it out, but oh shit. Here's the account. Look at this. Reposting Brian Krasenstein. Reposting Democrat wins. But also reposting Thomas Massey, Gavin Newsom, Adam, Ian Carroll. This is literally just like somebody that's posting both sides of the woke left and woke right. And I just want, sorry guys, we ran out of time this week. Don't know which one this is. We'll cover it next week. I'll make a note of it. But long story short, the lefties won. Sean Farish is coming up next with Ungovernables. Went over a little bit, but I'm sure he'll be okay with it. Let's do no, we don't have time for the shout outs. Kathy Ratcliffe, Save Can, blah, 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 blah. All right, here's Sean. See you later.
A partially valid, a half-truth, if you will, is being pushed.
I can't wait to find out all sorts of new and exciting things I didn't know about myself.
So you just hate Jews, bro?
Yeah, you're just an anti-Semite. Congratulations.
You're
Go
not
join.
What would you say?
Exactly.
Well, it's just different. It's not different. It's the same thing.
Yeah, it's
That just we are the only society on Earth who has the obligation to self-destruct, to blame ourselves for every problem that has ever existed, and we just think of ourselves as the worst human beings who are responsible for every bad.
How many Muslims are trying to stop Boko Haram? How many Muslims were confronting ISIS? How many Muslims, the extremists always win. So the peaceful majority, which I know many, they're irrelevant.